the Shastras declare that without Guru, spiritual progress is not possible. In fact, there are so many Gurus around us. We can learn from so many things around us. The mountains, the trees, the animals, the insects, and so many things. A natural question arises, wondering why do we need a Guru? Here is a sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam explaining the need of a Guru. Tasmad gurum prapatyeta jinyatsu shreya uttamam sabde parichanishnatam brahmanyupasamasrayam. Therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him by initiation. The qualification of the bona fide Guru is that he has realized the conclusions. Such great personalities who have taken shelter of the Supreme Godhead, leaving aside all material considerations, should be understood to be bona fide spiritual masters. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a Uttava Gita, that is in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In that, Lord Krishna is telling about a conversation between Yadu Maharaj and Tattatreya. Tattatreya is a Saktivesh avatar of Lord. It says that all around us also we have Gurus. And it says that there are 24 kinds of Gurus. These are all Siksha Gurus. So today's topic is on these 24 Gurus from Srimad Bhagavatam. In the 11th canto, we see this conversation very nicely explained. Tattatreya is the God who is an incarnation of the Divine Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. The word Tatta means given. Tatta is called so because the Divine Trinity have given themselves in the form of a son to the sage couple Atri and Anusuya. So he is the son of Atri and hence the name Atreya. Yadu Maharaj is asking Lord Tattatreya, "O Lord, please tell the secret as to why you are so happy all the time and also laughing and weeping." To that, Tattatreya says that because he has 24 Siksha Gurus around him, he receives instructions from them and hence he is very happy all the times. Who are these Siksha Gurus? A Siksha Guru is anyone who can help in the spiritual progress. And there can be as many Siksha Gurus, but only one Diksha Guru. So who are those 24 Siksha Gurus? That is the topic for today. The first Guru is our earth itself. Earth has so much of patience, tolerance and forgiveness. One should be as steady as the earth. So many insults are given to the earth. We pass stool, urine and we dig and drill. We dump so much of garbage on her. What you see here is actually a road, but covered with full of garbage. And in spite of all these insults we make to her, she is still forgiving us. She always gives us plants and herbs and vegetation, trees, fruits, and so many things. But we drill her deep, and still she gives us the jewels and minerals. This is the quality of our earth, who is also one of our 7 mothers. On the earth, we also see mountains. They all work for the benefit of others. Mountains give trees, herbs, rain, and rivers. Like the mountain and the tree, we should dedicate ourselves to the service of others. And the mountains live lonely. Their only association is with the sadhus. Sadhus come to the mountains and meditate. Himalayas and Govardhan are very nice for meditation and bhajana. Sikshtastakam also says we should be more tolerant than a tree. Trinatapi sunichena tarorapi sahisnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. But what do we do to these nice and sacred rivers? We pollute them. If we see the earth, it is always in the give and give position. But what kind of persons are we? Are we also in the give and give mode? Or in the give and take mode, like business? Or take and take away and not giving at all? Maybe giving only problems. Or we always find faults and blame others? Also, not everyone can tolerate the blames, like Mother Earth. Only a real bhakta can tolerate any blame. They are the ones who are actually dear to Lord Krishna. So, here are two slokas from Bhagavad Gita that nicely explain.
Samah satrau cha mitre cha sada manapamanayo sitoshna sukha dukkeshu samasanga vivarjita tulya ninda sudhir mauni sandushto yena kenachit aniketa stiramati Bhaktiman me priyo nara.
Being blessed with bhakti, he who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, praise and criticism, always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who does not care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and engaged in devotional service and speaks nothing but Bhagavad Katha, such a person is very dear to me. The second Guru is air. Air exists for others to breathe and live. Without breathing air, we cannot live. Without eating, we may live for a month or so, but without breathing, we cannot survive even for minutes. The air also gives so much of energy from the cosmic. You must have heard about breatharianism, who only breathe air and use sunlight, and they don't really eat anything at all. So this is basically from our Siddha scriptures, where we may have seen there are so many saints. They really were meditating without eating anything, just by breathing only. So one example is Dhruva Maharaj. So he survived only by breathing air. So our scriptures are scientific. They are not mythology. So air also has another quality. When the wind carries different aromas, they are good or bad, it never mixes with them. So air is the second Guru. The third Guru is sky. Empty space is called sky. Space is everywhere, inside us and outside us, everywhere. It is inside our hearts, bodies, and also on outside as well. And what is that we can learn from the sky? Even though it is everywhere, it is completely detached. Space is free and not touched by anything that is inside it. We should be like that in this world, detached from our possessions and our relations. The fourth Guru is water, the rain. Saintly person is like pure rainwater because he is free from any contamination. He is gentle by nature, and when speaking, he creates a beautiful vibration like the flowing of water. By pure water, one gets clean. Similarly, by seeing or touching or hearing from such a saintly person, the living entity is cleansed as if coming in contact with pure water. Our fifth guru is fire. Fire burns everything, good or bad. Even bad things like stool, urine, and so on, it just burns. Similarly, a spiritual master burns up the past and future karmic reactions of his disciples. And our bhajanas are like fire. It burns all our past karmic reactions, whether they are good or bad. Like antibiotic, it completely destroyed good karma and also bad karma. Why good karma? Because we don't want to really get to heaven and end up in actually enjoying and then falling back again. So our bhajana actually destroys all the karmic reactions, good and bad. We should understand that one cannot become pure by yoga or meditation or austerities, or even just taking bath in sacred rivers or doing any prayachita. Why? Because they do not stop the further tendency to commit more mistakes. They basically clears all the sins that have been done so far. But what will happen? What about the future? So that only the bhajana and chanting can destroy the very root of all the karmas, the past and also the future. So in that way, we won't make any future mistakes. It is like fire. The sixth guru is moon. There are 15 phases of moon, from full moon to no moon and no moon to full moon. Though the moon seems to wax and wane, the moon actually does not undergo any changes, as we see. There is only one moon, but it seems to be 15. Similarly, God is only one, but he has different manifestations. We also grow from infant to adult and then to old. But actually, we, the Atma, do not change. It is the very same thing. So, this moon is a guru explaining all these things. So, the review, what are the 6 gurus we have covered so far? The earth, the air, the sky, rainwater, fire and moon. The next and 7th guru is sun. Every day we see sun as newly born and vanishes at night as if it is dead. But sun has no birth or death. Similarly, we appear to take birth and then die. But the fact is that we are unborn and ever existing. Like the sun, God and us, the jivas, we are not actually born or dead. It is only apparent and physical. Another thing is that the sun also evaporates water from the ocean and delivers that as rain on the earth for us. And one more thing about sun is, when we really have a pot of water, it reflects there. And if we have as many pots of water, it reflects in each one of them. And like that, the Paramatma, like sun, is only one, but he reflects in every heart of the living being. Paramatma is just one, like the sun. Our 8th guru is a pigeon. The pigeon is an example for excessive attachment, because he chose to be captured by the hunter after seeing his wife and children so captured, thinking that without them the life was not worth living. This is illusion. So with this illusion, it voluntarily jumped into the hunter's nest and died. We should not be fooled like that pigeon and attached to by religions, by relations. So we should not be fooled like that and attached by relations. We are independent and free. Our only relation is Guru and Krishna. Our ninth Guru is a python. Python stays in one place without any worry. It may be very hungry, but it waits very patiently for its food. He does not make any arrangement for its food, but simply waits for food to come by itself. This exemplifies peacefulness and patience. Our maintenance actually comes from our past karma without any effort. At the time of our birth, there are 5 things already fixed for this birth. Our ayush, how long we are going to be living, the wealth we will possess, the knowledge we will learn, our karmic results that we are going to reap on this birth, in this birth. And this way, our destined positions will automatically come. We should be patient, like this python. Our 10th Guru is sea. Just like a tranquil sea, the saintly person, being full of knowledge, is never disturbed. Only the half-filled pot always waves and flutters. So the little knowledge person will talk too much. In the deep sea, there is no wave, no disturbance, very calm. So when one is full of knowledge, he does not argue or talk mundane things, but talks only about Lord and his pastimes. Our 11th Guru is a moth. The moth flies to the fire without even thinking or using any of its intelligence. It is overwhelmingly attracted by the light and blindly runs to the flame and dies there. Thus, a foolish man is captivated by a woman's charms, just like a moth is captivated by a flame and burns within it. So never get attached to Maya, the charm of a woman or man. It will ruin and kill you. If one is associating with opposite sex, the aura and the spiritual energy will be also depleted. Our 12th Guru is honeybee. A renounced person who begs a little food from different houses is like a madhukari or like a honeybee. What does a honeybee do? A honeybee goes from one flower to another. It goes to so many flowers to collect its honey. Similarly, one should collect the best knowledge from different scriptures. So review time again. What are the last 6 gurus we covered? The sun, the pigeon, the python, the sea, the moth, and honeybee. Our 13th Guru is an elephant. You might have heard that new elephant is actually caught by a large ditch hidden with tree branches. On the other side, they put a female elephant to stand. The new elephant runs to the female elephant and falls into the ditch. So we should never desire to touch the body of a young girl or a boy of opposite sex. We will fall into a grave ditch. One time, even a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was caught by the Pattatris for the beauty of woman when traveling in South India. So it is very powerful. Our 14th guru is a honey thief. Honeybee accumulates the honey as its wealth for its later use. They usually drink the honey on full moon. But in reality, their honey gets stolen and eaten before that by a honey thief. Bears or even human steal the honey and they consume it. So human beings, they know when exactly to really grab those honey, so just before the full moon day. So like the same way, we may be really accumulating so much of wealth for later use, but when we become old, it is not good. We won't be able to really make use of it. It will be gone. The 15th guru is a deer. The deers are bewildered by the sound of music, and they run towards the hunter, who often sings or plays, to catch them. When the deers run towards the hunter in the direction of that music, they get either trapped in a net or shot by the hunter. So a renounced person should never become attracted by mundane sounds like sensuous music, especially the sweet singing and dancing of any beautiful woman. Once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by hearing a beautiful singing on Krishna, ran to her but stopped by his disciple. So this is an example of how we should really check against the sensuous music. The 16th guru is a fish. A fish is caught on the hook by their uncontrollable tongue. Because of its uncontrollable tongue, it is really going for that worm which is on the hook. A learned man should control all his senses by first controlling the tongue. Tongue is the most powerful sense of all the senses. We should not get attached to tasting food. It will spoil our devotion. Also remember the breatharianism that really talked about. They control their eating completely. And Ekadasis are meant for us to train ourselves to control our tongue. Raghunath Das Goswami never cared even for salt. All our Goswamis ate very little and slept very little. Sannyasis should never eat tasty foods. Our 17th guru is Pingala. Pingala was a woman who was using her beautiful body to earn money. But out of frustration in what she was doing, she eventually gave up her plans for earning money. Feeling satisfaction from her abandonment of material desires, she could remember Krishna and became peaceful ever after. The 18th guru is a Kurara bird, which is a hawk. A Kurara bird is a hawk. A hawk once caught a nice fish as its meat, but was attacked by other larger hawks, and it saw that even its life was in danger and in big trouble. So he gave up the food out of fear for his life. Renouncing and saving himself, the hawk felt more happiness than when he had the food. Similarly, the more possessions will attract robbers, and unnecessarily accumulating too much money is really going to be harmful for us. Review time. What are the last 6 gurus that we have really covered? The elephant, honey thief, deer, fish, Pingala, and a hawk. Our 19th Guru is a child. A child is happy due to its ignorance. They say ignorance is bliss. But a saintly person is happy due to having surrendered to Krishna. Only three kinds of people in this world can be happy all the time. One is a madman, two, ignorant person, and third, a devotee of Krishna, a real bhakta of Krishna. The 10th Guru is an young girl. There was a poor girl, proposed for a marriage. Their in-laws came to see the home and the girl. But she was poor and hence had to work. When working inside the kitchen, her bangles were making noise. She was wondering how to stop the noise of her bangles because they will think that she is working and they are poor. So what she did? She broke some of the bangles which were making noise. And again, noise was coming, maybe little lesser. And he broke more and more. And until he just left with one bangle on each hand. Now there was no more noise. What do we learn from this? Be alone and meditate on God alone. That is the best. While with others, there will be always conflicts and only noise. Our 21st Guru is an arrow maker. One day, an arrow maker was so busy, engaged in his work. He had to concentrate so much to make the arrow perfect. Meanwhile, the king of that country and his men were marching with band, making so much of noise in front of his own shop. But the arrow maker did not hear or notice anything at all. He was completely concentrating on making his arrows perfect. The devotee should be so absorbed like this in the Lord's service and devotion. Just like the arrow maker was so absorbed in his work of making a straight arrow, a bhakta should be fully absorbed in the service of Lord Krishna. Our 22nd Guru is a snake. A snake does not make any home for itself, but it takes over the homes of others. After eating the resident residing in a hole, then it takes that home. A sage should similarly make no endeavor for his own shelter. Simply surrender and trust in God, that the God will make arrangements for the living. Our 23rd Guru is a spider. A spider brings out a special liquid from its stomach, and using that material, it spins a nice web. When it is done with that place, it then unwinds and eats the whole web so that it is back in the stomach. Similarly, God, like the spider, brings out so many wonderful worlds into existence, and he again takes them back. As Mahavishnu, from his stomach, he manifests so many Brahmandas and creates the network of wonderful cosmos. He does this from his own potency and then withdraws it into himself at the time of annihilation. Our last Guru, the 24th Guru, is a wasp. Once, a wasp caught hold of a weaker insect, a worm, in his hive. The caught up worm was in intense fear and died by looking at the face of the wasp. One dying because the insect took the mentality of a wasp out of intense fear of the wasp. It became a wasp in its next life. This illustrates how one attains in the next life from what one's mind is fixed upon. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam त्यजति अन्ते कलेवरं तं तं एवति कौन्तेय सदा तत् भावभावितः. Bhagavad Gita 8:6. So, we have now seen the last 6 gurus: a ignorant baby, a young girl who really broke the angle, the arrow maker, a snake, a spider, and a wasp. Where do gurus come from? Gurus come to earth from unlimited destinations, material and spiritual. Depending on where the guru comes from, he will teach that doctrine. Jivas who are inclined to them are destined to go there. The worldly gurus teach art, music, science, life, and so on. And the semi-spiritual gurus teach yoga, meditation, better life, and so on. And there are also Mayavadi gurus who teach that we are all God and we ourselves are gurus. And even when we take guru, basically like they abandon the guru at the end. So there are gurus coming from Vaikuntha. They teach Krishna is just an avatar. There are also gurus coming from Saket. They teach Sri Ram is Bhagavan. And there are gurus from Dwaraka. They teach that Dwaraka Krishna is the Bhagavan. And there are actually gurus coming from Goloka. They teach Krishna is our beloved. Whom do you take? It is all up to you. All our gurus and Goswamis all came from Goloka Vrindavan, the highest abode of Goloka Vrindavan, above Vaikuntha. Sri Rupa Sanatana, Bhatta Raghunatha, Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. Our Lord roams in the forests, Gokul Vana Jivana. Our Lord is in the hearts of gopis, Gopi Jana Madhava.
Gokul Vana Jivana, Gopi Jana Madhava. Gokul Vana Jivana, Gopi Jana Madhava. Gopi Jana Jivana, Gokul Vana Madhava. Gopi Jana Jivana, Gokul Vana Madhava. Gokul Vana Jivana, Gopi Jana Madhava. Madurgana Sundara, Madhurajana Yadava. Madurgana Sundara, Madhurajana Yadava. Vrindavana Keshava, Sringara Sushamala. Vrindavana Keshava, Sringara Sushamala. Gokul Vana Jivana, Gopi Jana Madhava. Nanda Nanda Nandana, Navarasalochana. Nanda Nanda Nandana, Navarasalochana. Yamuna Nadi Tirana, Yadukula Surana. यमुना नदी तीरना यदुकुल सूरना गोकुल वन जीवना गोपी जन माधवा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गोकुल वन जीवना गोपी जन माधवा गोकुल वन जीवना गोपी जन माधवा गोपी जन जीवना गोकुल वन माधवा गोपी जन जीवना गोकुल वन माधवा गोकुल वन जीवना गोपी जन माधवा गोकुल वन जीवना गोपी जन माधवा